Gemini, rising, sun and moon, 2026, the number one year, the year of initiation, moving forward, forward in momentum, starting anew, taking the leap, going for what you want, taking action and bold stripes, steps to our dreams, goals, and desires, honey. Yes, those dreams, those goals, those desires are coming to fruition in 2026 because we have all planets changing signs, moving direct, going into their respected houses. They dipped their toe in 2025. Now, 26, we are in it for the long haul. Major planets, all changing signs, telling us that we are starting afresh, starting a new journey, new energies, new trajectories, new plans, new paths. And who doesn't love that the most? Of course, my Gemini peoples, you love to start fresh, you love to start new, you love new projects, you love to have a new taste of new things. And so let's get into it for you. There's so much going on. First of all, let's start off with Saturn. let's get Saturn out the way, right? Saturn will be transiting through your 11th house. Okay, this will be starting February, right? February 2026. You had a taste of it already in 25 before it dipped back into Pisces, taking up a residency in Aries in your 11th house. What does that mean to you? It means it's time for you to get serious about your goals, about your dreams, about your desires. It's about, well, what is it that I want to be doing with my life? What is my 5 year plan, my 10 year plan? Hell, what is my 1 year plan? Where do I see myself at the end of 2027? Right? Because I can absolutely achieve that. However, Saturn will and likes to. He asks us for to ask. It asks us to do the work, honey. It's saying to you, you can. Saturn will give you. I feel Saturn, and this is what I've learned and what I've witnessed. Saturn will give you the biggest blessings, bigger blessings than Jupiter, than Venus combined, because Saturn asks you to do the work. It's planet of karma, and if you're prepared to do the work, to show up, the Saturn is the taskmaster. It's about, okay. It's not about cutting corners. It's not about taking the easy route or the route for my American followers. It's about doing what's hard. It's about doing what's necessary. It's about doing the thing that you don't want to do. Because that thing and that road, yes, it's less traveled. Yes, it's going to be more difficult. Yes, there's going to be more plot twists, more challenges. But the growth, honey, the growth is going to be incredible. And that's what you're here to do. You're here to grow. You're not here to be like, okay, I had this dream and I just achieved it. Like, that's a boring story, right? Saturn in the 11th house is like, okay, first of all, Saturn enjoys being in the 11th house because it rules the 11th house naturally anyway, because it's an Aquarius house, right? Even though it's going to be, in Aries, it is in its 11th house, in its kingdom, okay? And so it's going to act, it will act better for you guys than it will do for the other signs. So you do have that on your side. Saturn in the 11th house is also about having a long, hard think, just like I was, about the people who we call our friends. Because the 11th house rules your friendship. It rules the people that you are friends with, right? Your community as well. Because it's 11th house stuff, this is Aquarian stuff. The community, the collective. So this doesn't mean like the collective, as in the entire planet. It can mean that your community, your collective, the group that you're part of, the groups that you belong to. Saturn in the 11th house will find you isolated from those groups. Maybe you are transforming, you're going in one direction and they're going on another, and that is perfectly okay. People are here for seasons, right? And your seasons are changing, and with your seasons changing and your goals changing, Saturn in the 11th house is about reevaluating your goals. It's not saying you can't achieve your goals, dreams, and desires. It's asking you, what is it that you really want? Why do you want that? And if you still want those things, let's go about and get it. And that might mean losing some people along the way, but it will also mean bringing in people who are going to be aligned for your path. Okay, so there is that too. You may meet people who are older than you, wiser than you, elders who are going to show you and help you achieve what you want and redirect your life purpose to achieve your biggest goals, dreams, and desires. This is a great transit for stacking cash, making that paper, creating wealth and abundance, and holding on to it too. Okay. We also have for you, while we're talking about the 11th house, Neptune is here as well, dissolving boundaries. So literally 11, the Saturn, Neptune in the 11th house, right? This will be starting from the end of January. 2026, end of January, Neptune will move back into Gemini. Sorry, back into Aries for you Geminis, and this will be dissolving friendships that are no longer serving you. There's such a huge emphasis here on your circle. I think Geminis, you are here, you are there, you are everywhere. You know so many people. This is about being more discerning of who are those real ones, who are your ride or dies, who are your day ones, right? And your day one people, they don't have to be like people that you've known forever, because you can have an affinity and strike a chord with people you've only known for a moment. And this transit, which will be it's a long transit, you're going to be connecting with people who are going to be helping you evolve in your spiritual journey, because they'll be on their spiritual journey too. This is Neptune. Neptune's in the higher octave of Venus. You may fall in love with new social circles, new groups, becoming part of new communities, and what's the right word I'm looking for? Institutions, because 11th house is institutions too, especially Saturn being here as well. So becoming a part of organizations and what was the word I just used? Institutions, right? And because with this transit as well, you may decide to like fight for causes and humanity, and you can become a humanitarian and fight for, I found right at a similar transit and doing a lot of charity work as well. This is great for that. Neptune 11th house is fantastic for meeting people who are like soulmate type energy when it comes to love and romance too. And these could be met through your groups and circles that you're part of, through friends. Friends may become lovers. Be careful to idealize or have rose tinted glasses on. This is the shadow of Neptune. People who you call your friends too. All right. So there's a lot of shakers and changes in that area for you guys with this transit. Let's talk about, honey. Let's talk about Uranus. Uranus is going to be going through your first house. You've had a taste of this already in 25, but in 2026, Uranus, the planet of shock and change, disruption, chaos, will be re-entering the sign of your first house, Gemini, right? This will be starting April, okay? And it's here for the long haul. This is a long transit, all right? And Uranus is just shaking up your identity. You are changing, honey. You are transforming. First of all, Uranus is not a malefic planet. Where they say in a traditional astrology, they say that Pluto and Mars or Saturn are malefic. Uranus is not a malefic planet. Uranus is not a benefic either. It is neutral, right? It's a higher octave of Mercury. This is a planet of genius, of downloads, of aha moments. You're going to be thriving intellectually and seeking that intellectual stimulation too. Uh, this is a sign of genius. You are going to be thinking sharply, uh, receiving information at high speed. You have so many like what's that phrase when you have so many things in the pan, so many ideas, like so many like tabs open in your mind, browser windows open in your mind. This is your energy for over the next few years, right? So this is about to balance this out and to calm your nervous system too, and taking moments for yourself to focus on meditation, breath work, and come back to center, because you're going to be here, there, and everywhere. All right. Uranus in the 11th house, you are going to be wanting to break free from constraints. Okay. This is about freedom, wanting and craving your personal freedom, you know. And the transit, especially because it's in a angular house. The angular houses being the first, the fourth, the seventh, and the 10th. These are really pivotal transits, right? And because they affect the whole chart in such a way, because they oppose the house of relationships for you, and so they're going to be huge shakeups around relationships. So you will this can you can either have like shock surprise weddings, or fall in love madly and then fall out of love quickly, just as quickly too. You know, you may divorce, right? You may be like, yeah, I've had enough now, I want my freedom. Or you can be like, this is my person, let's get married. Is that kind of energy because you have this opposition to sometimes. You may fall in love with people who are slightly more not your usual type, shall we say, with this transit as well, because Uranus is about eccentricity, rules Aquarius, right? And when you have an opposition to the seventh house, this could be that you are just seeking something a bit different, or be like, I don't know why I'm strangely attracted to this person, but there's something about them that stimulates me mentally, Uranus, right? Uh, but ultimately for you, it's about having freedom within those relationships being your friendships, your partnerships, your lovers, business contracts as well. Huge shakeups around those two. So work contracts can be up in the air. You may change careers over this transit. This will be squaring your workhouse, you know. So it could be like, I've done this career forever, bored of it now. I want to become freelance. I want to work for myself. I want to be self-employed. I want to be an entrepreneur, or I want to um, completely pivot and change my career. Right, this is like a Uranus in the first house, because this is the physical body as well. This is about changing your look. You could be like, I am going to cut all my hair off. I'm going to get tattoos. I'm going to get pierced. So I want to get my tattoos removed. This is like Uranus in the first house. I may get piercings. This is that. Um, you have a square. You'll be this transit will also square your fourth house, so you may change homes too. You may be like, I am now moving home. I'm like, I've been in this place forever. I hate it. I need to move out. And so this is going to be huge themes of just identity, finding out who you are, taking the road less traveled and being okay with that, not knowing all the answers and being okay with that too, because ultimately your energy is about freedom this year. It's about freedom. It's about peace. It's about finding your inner peace within yourself and doing what's right for you. Okay. You also have Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn. Should we talk about Pluto? Did we do Pluto? I think we did. Pluto will be going direct start of the year. As you move into 2026, Pluto will already be in Aquarius. For you, this will be your ninth house, your beliefs, your spirituality. Your beliefs are transforming. So not only are you transforming physically and you're craving more freedom, your beliefs about life itself will be completely transforming too. Pluto in the ninth house is again a huge transit. Will be transforming, your beliefs about spirituality, about your spiritual beliefs, right? You maybe want to incorporate more spirituality into your day-to-day practice. Okay, you could be like questioning your religious beliefs too. You may seek counsel when it comes to healers, therapists, mentors, spiritual gurus, right? You may enlist the aid of legal teams, for example, because that could be something that comes up for you during this transit as well. You may transform where you live. You may emigrate to another country, for example, in the transit, because this is also opposing your third house. And there could be a death and rebirth when it comes to the country you live in. You might be like, you know what, I'm done here now, let's go, right? And this could all happen for you too. Um, uh, let's talk about what else do I want to mention for you? Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, honey, the nodes changing signs, going into the Leo and Aquarius axis for you. So not only will we have Pluto in the ninth house, the nodes of destiny and karmic destiny and fate will also change signs too. So they'll be going into your third and ninth house axis. This is going to be bringing you shock surprises and endings, new beginnings. When it comes to things such as your relationship to your friends and your siblings, right? Or it could be like your siblings' lives if you have those you have siblings, their lives are going to be completely transformed. There's going to be loads of shock surprises in their lives too, both, you know, for better and for worse. Okay, because the fates of destiny are redirecting people to exactly where they need to be. And for you, this could be your communication style. So you could be like, you know what, Uranus is in transit to my first house. I've got the eclipses in my third house. This is my time now to be more vocal. I want to express myself fully. Where have I been holding myself back? Where have I been playing small? You may travel to with this transit. You might take like a spiritual journey, like physically. You may go like a physical, like spiritual retreat, spiritual voyage. You may travel to like, you may go to another country to find yourself. You may randomly go somewhere and be like, you know what, I feel like I've been here before. I feel like my soul belongs here, for example. You know, you may learn with this transit. You may learn another language. You will most definitely change your vehicle if you have one. This is about learning new skills, monetizing those new skills too. All right. This could be about you transforming your local area. You know, there could be like huge endings around where you live, and changing residency too. Okay, you may change your if you, for example, if you always had the same car for how long it is, you may change that too. But definitely, when we have this third and ninth house axis, there can be a lot of influx of different cultures into day-to-day life. So it could be that you are going to be mixing and mingling with people, and becoming friends with, partnering with, working with, falling in love with, marrying, you're breaking up with, whatever, people who are from different cultures from you too. You will also be having, I love this for you, Jupiter, the planet of good luck and good fortune, transiting your third house. This is great for expanding your skill set. Gemini, what is it that you're the skills queen, right? This is about studying, learning. You may go back to university. You may go into higher education. You may learn a new skill. You may go back to college. You may learn, like I said, you may learn a new language. You might do something with your hands, like do like I don't know, like learn how to become this is like on top of my head, learn how to become an electrician or a builder or work in IT, or learn how to do coding, or um, repackage and sell courses online, do digital products under this transit, you know. And the Jupiter in the third house is going to make you really positive when it comes to your biggest goals, dreams, and desires. The third house is how you communicate. You're going to be feeling more positive, speaking more positively. You're going to have the silver tongue when it comes. If you work in sales, this is incredible. Money is flowing in through that. Again, the third house axis is going to be ruling your siblings and the people that you call your siblings. It could be like, you could be like, these people are my friends, but I feel like they are like my brother and sister. This could apply to them too, right? Where their lives are going to be benefiting from the abundance of Jupiter. All right. So your relationships are going to be blessed as well under this transit too. You're going to be feeling more social, socializing more, because the third house this is all to do with your local surroundings, making you busier, more jovial, more fun to be around, having more parties, socializing with your circle, your groups, and just having more fun as well, right? Jupiter in the third house can make you busier when it comes to traveling as well. So you might take a lot of. I found when I had Jupiter go to the third house, I took a lot of short distance flights. You know, loads. I was always in and out of different countries, or I was traveling around my own country to different cities a lot. Or taking loads of trains, like, you know, like every month I was visiting like the capital, or I was visiting different cities for work, and there's gonna be a lot of that going on as well. Ultimately, this is great for communicating what you want, going after what you want, and going after your biggest goals, dreams, and desires.